Today's guest is a talented guitarist and bassist. He's a guitarist in a band called Satellites that plays for progressive metal. He's also in a project right now called Threadbear where he plays metalcore. And he's a touring member of the new metal band called Relent. And he's also a touring guitarist for the band called Semper Acerbus that's recently signed, and they play heavy metalcore. Love that band. Anyways, let's welcome Joe Dragich. It's all about connections, would you say, in a way?
Yeah,
you know,
dude, it's oh my god, bro. Yeah, could talk all day about that, man. But really, it's all summed up with it's about who you know.
Yeah,
not what you know.
Because you could be as good as you possibly can, but if you're in your bedroom all day, just cranking out tunes for yourself, like that's the extreme, obviously. But like, But I'm trying to prove a point there.
Absolutely, though. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, you see it. It feels like every damn day, man. It's like the progress that you end up making, or at least that I've been making. It's like speaking for myself, and I think the bands that I'm in and associate with, like, we know our shit for sure. But it's you make progress in your career because of who you know.
Yeah, and I had that discussion with Nelson last time he was here, and. No, he was saying the same thing. But yeah, no, we already started. If we start, obviously we're rolling.
Oh yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know much of. I mean, we met maybe 3 weeks ago at your last show at what is it called, Nowhere Bar? Or
funny.
Somewhere bar. I got that mixed up last time too.
Well, it was booked. It was at Nowhere Bar. There's a place called Nowhere Bar, which I think is owned by the same guy.
Okay.
And something happened with like the plumbing, like underneath the building or something, and like I think shit water flooded the bar, and so he moved to a place called Somewhere Bar.
Yeah. Now it's it's nowhere now. It's somewhere underwater.
Yeah,
but it's nowhere. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have no idea like what the progress report is on that. If they have it all cleaned up and opened back up, or what the deal is. But.
Well, you definitely played at a place, and it was good, man. That's my first time I ever seen you guys live. Like I was telling Nelson, you shred, bro.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. Did you see anything about the video I did with Everett? Like a little bit of it?
Yeah, no, I didn't see like the entire thing, but I saw. I would say like a lot of it,
okay.
I guess.
It's a long episode. I don't expect anyone to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I saw probably.
I don't even know if I watched the whole thing
60,
either.
Yeah, right.
I'm just like
probably saw about like 60% of it or so.
Yeah. But he was basically mentioning your name like at least 20 times every minute.
Yeah. He and I have been joking about that or laughing about it for.
And how did y'all meet?
So we have a mutual friend of ours, this dude Ray, who. He was doing some stuff with me, some like recording and things like that, and I don't know how he met Everett and the guys that were in his band Holding Space, but when they needed somebody to record stuff, Ray was like, dude, you should go with this guy Joe.
Yeah.
And then like, oh man, I had so much fun. It was like one of the funnest and most hilarious times of my life was being in the studio and trying to record a full-length album with this band Holding Space. And now I'm really good friends with the guys, especially with Everett, Zach, and Colin from Holding Space. So I feel like I made really, really good lasting friendships with some great guys.
Heck yeah.
So
absolutely.
It's a huge perk to that.
I've known clients. Yeah, no, for sure. I've known Everett since I was in high school, on and off. But
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's sorry to hear that, dude. I mean, I love you, Everett.
But does he?
Yeah.
No, but
he's my favorite hairy little man.
Jeez. There's always some truth to the joke.
Dude, oh my goodness, dude.
But we love you. Yeah. But anyways. Dude, where are you from? Are you from San Antonio?
No, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is why I kind of say things a little funny.
What's over there?
So I feel like a lot of people know Minnesota because like they're like, oh, so that's where the Mall of America is, which is like to me is like the worst thing to be recognized for is like a gigantic mall, like capitalism. Yeah.
Is it a big mall? Like, is it one
is,
of the?
it was the largest mall in the entire world up until I don't know how long ago. Probably I think it was trounced 10 15 years ago by some,
Okay.
foreign
Yeah, yeah.
mall somewhere. But I think it might still be like the second largest mall in the world. But it's like of all the things that are there. But of course, you have your Minnesota Vikings. That before we were rolling, I mentioned that Target. Target started in Minnesota, and a whole bunch
Oh
of
wow!
other.
Congratulations
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, right. Yeah. Well, everybody here down here hates it, but it's totally different. Like down here in Texas, it just doesn't feel the same, and things are like way more pricey.
Yeah.
But back in Minnesota, Target, like, well, at least before I moved down here, like it was almost 13 years ago now. The place that I shop for groceries, like the cheapest groceries I could find, was actually at Target. Down here, it's like, man, nobody's buying groceries at Target unless they're doing pretty well for themselves.
No,
I
it's
think.
expensive here. Over there, like maybe just whoever's distributing is probably got some 13-year-old kid who just has a backpack or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just how they do it.
Yeah, dude,
But
it's different, man. It's a different world up
like
there, but
I guess like, we have HEB. HEB is like what Texas loves, and San Antonio especially. Do people from Minneapolis love Target? Like, are they infatuated with Target? Would you say?
Yes, yeah. And when I lived there, I mean, I really did like it too. I mean, like
But more of like a pride thing. You know what I'm saying?
I think that there's gonna be some of that, of course. But for me, I wouldn't. Excuse me, I wouldn't say it was really so much pride because I didn't live anywhere else. I didn't have
Right.
I wasn't going to HEB. It doesn't exist in Minnesota and things like that. So, it was just I don't know, man. They were like just a good company, and they had really fair prices and shit. So shout out to Target.
I like how
Looking for that
I
endorsement.
like how we're 5 minutes in and we're talking about how much we should love Target.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It just is what it is now. It's funny talking about HEB, man. I was actually just made a post today, like, man, HEB is just not what it used to be, man. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, and I don't think they're a bad company, but man, like the greed, like
Oh yeah.
it's so expensive.
It was
now,
only a
dude.
matter of time, probably.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I mean, everything is so expensive right nowadays, but like, it's just a bummer, dude, because HEB, it definitely is for the longest time since I moved here. I've been like singing their praises, man. It's just
Yeah.
they had those like combo loco deals and shit
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
could get like everything you need to make like bomb fajitas for like $15 or whatever it was. I feel like I never see anything like that, and it's just like, dude, it's like $7 for a pound of ground beef.
Yeah.
There, I'm just like,
I know, it's
this
crazy.
is crazy, dude. So hard to survive, especially on a musician's salary.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. How long have you lived in San Antonio?
So I moved here December 1st of 2012.
Oh dang, okay.
So yeah, I was
Coney's year.
I was 20 to 25 years old when I moved here, man, and like that is the craziest. It's like even to this day, I'm still like I can't believe I did it. But I literally moved down here, so I was 25, and I had a band. Excuse me, I had a band in Minneapolis, and we had found a singer on YouTube that was doing like Kill Switch covers and All That Remains cover. You know what I mean? Just like
Was his name Nelson?
no.
Okay.
No, it was this dude Rudy. I don't talk to him at all anymore. But so we ended up hiring him like to be in our band, but he lived all the way down here in San Antonio. And at first we were like, oh, well, dude, you live in San Antonio. This is this is never gonna work. But hey, check out our music anyway. And he like loved it and wanted to be a part of the band. So he started flying from here all the way up to the Twin Cities where we were at, and we were playing shows and recording and doing all the things that bands do. And then after like 2 years and us like picking up kind of a really good amount of steam, at least in like the Twin Cities scene, the band broke up for various reasons. And then about like 3 months later, he hit me up and was saying,
We're still alive, baby.
all right, so Yeah, so about 3 months after the band broke up, I was releasing music just totally on my own. He heard it and was like, dude, you should move down here to San Antonio. Like, I could get a band together really quickly and we can kind of keep this train moving because things looked kind of promising from what we were accomplishing, in the Twin Cities. So I packed everything that I owned into a U-Haul and I drove down to San Antonio, and I have no family here to this day. I only knew one person. I had no job lined up, and I had never been to Texas before in my entire life.
Yeah.
But I was just like, so the first time I ever stepped foot in the state of Texas, it was because I was moving here.
And you're like, why are there so many brown people here?
Dude, I love my Browns, dog. I really do,
Because you're like early San Antonio of all places, right?
Well, and a lot of people would ask me too, like when they learn, like, well, why did you move to San Antonio to chase your dreams in music? Well, it's because I had that connection to Rudy, and he was actually doing, especially at the time, he was doing quite well on YouTube with his like vocal covers, and we had experienced things both with our band and as individuals that kind of gave us the confidence to say, like, dude, maybe this actually could turn into something serious. So yeah, man, I just left my whole life behind me and came down here, man. And again, that was like December 1st, it'll be 13 years, man.
Dang,
I can hardly believe it.
Yeah. Goes by fast, man. And then, so you were in that band. I mean, obviously it dissolved one way or another. And then you joined Acerbus.
Nope. So Semper only.
Did I say it right?
So I hear it different ways. The way that I say it is Semper Acerbus.
Acerbus. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's the right way.
Yeah. Almost sounds like service.
That's good to remember now. Thank you for saying
that. But I might not be saying it right, but that's the way that we tend to say it.
Yeah.
So, but Semper didn't come into the picture until, right about 3 years ago, or we'll say. Yeah, just over 3 years ago. I've been in the band like just under 3 years, but the way that I got connected to them was that their bass player Luis at the time, he's always been a really big like kind of just I guess fan and supporter and friend of mine, and they were looking to try to change things up, and they wanted to outsource some songwriting and essentially hire somebody to ghostwrite some songs and see how it goes, and
which is kind of odd, right? Like, I don't know. Like, did they not have time to write? Because for me, like, I don't know. If I'm just trying to picture myself. If I were a guitarist,
I know where you're going with this.
Like, how it's not my song. Like, I gotta memorize someone else's song. I mean, nothing against that.
I would never do it myself either. I mean, to me, it's like it really, in so many ways, it defeats the purpose of being in a band.
Because you're an artist. But at this point, there really is. It's someone else's art.
Right. Which is. I've done that sort of thing as like a hired gun and like as a touring guitar player and stuff, which is really fun.
Which is different though.
It is different. But yeah, so that is how this all came about, was that, Luis was a really big supporter. He really loved my guitar playing and my songwriting and stuff. And then my name got recommended, thrown into the hat of like, just basically like, dude, you got to hire Joe to write some stuff for us. Which, I mean, Luis is a phenomenal player himself. He's a bass player, but
yeah.
He also plays guitar.
Yeah. 7-string too.
He wrote a lot of really great stuff. But so to be totally honest, the short answer is I don't know exactly why it is that they decided to go the route of like hiring a ghostwriter. But I was the guy that they hired, and I wrote 2 songs that are now on our really, I guess it's our most recent release, The Heart and the Machine. I wrote the songs Annihilation and Monster Inside, and then a little bit of some of the other, the 2 other tracks. But yeah, so Semper just came around relatively more recently for me. Prior to that, when I moved here, I formed a band called Shaping the Legacy.
Okay.
And Shaping the Legacy was really, it was like the most, it's kind of hard to say like what is the most important part of your journey, but I feel like Shaping the Legacy, if I had to name what I think is the most important part of my journey as a musician, was that band. Because, that was like, man, I moved to Texas to like Chase the Dream, and that was the band that formed from that, crazy leap of faith that I took, and it was just my baby, man. And it was like I was so passionate about that band, and to this day I am so proud of the stuff that I did with those guys. And
are they still a band as we speak?
Nope. I ended up like ending the band back in like 2019. I think it was 2019 or 2020. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, let's say 2019. I think that was like
either you ended it or COVID ended it.
Well, it was me. It was really me, because I think that was just before the COVID pandemic hit. But
yeah,
it was just at that time it just felt like pretty much that the guys in the band, we were just sort of there was like pretty poor communication going on and stuff, and it was just like I wasn't so sure that the passion was there with everybody. I really don't know on that front,
right.
But the main thing really to me was that I was like, none of us have money, none of us have good credit or even close to good credit, and I pretty much was at a point where I learned that it takes tens of thousands of dollars, like that we were signed and everything.
They were signed?
We were signed, and we at our peak, and this is this was probably back in 2019, we had just completely organically had like 36,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, 100% organic listeners. And back, that was 6 years ago now, that was like those numbers, maybe people wouldn't blow their hair back today, but 6 years ago, having being a blossoming band with damn nearly 40,000 monthly listeners organically, was like a big deal. It was to us anyway.
Yeah, if I can get one listener on this podcast, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Just being honest.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we hit. We had our most popular single. Hit 500,000 streams and stuff. Back then, and again, it was just like, I feel like we just we had so much potential, but it just seemed like an impossible thing, mainly because of finances. So, but yeah, shaping the legacy, man. That was like, without that band, I would not be where I'm at right now at all. Like, I learned so much about becoming a way better musician and songwriter, a way better live performer, a way better problem solver when it comes to, either it could be live sound related things, or it could be interpersonal things within a band, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, just wiser.
Yeah, exactly. You learn how to market yourself and things better. I mean, that band set the stage for everything. Yeah. Shaping the legacy ended up being like the most apt name. That's what I hoped that the band would do for me, was shape my legacy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be the band that I was going to be in while that happened, or I hoped, but it still did its job.
Yeah,
100%. Still shaped the legacy.
If you ever write a book, that'd be a good story.
Yeah, dude.
Or just like a title, shaping the legacy. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean,
but for real, that's actually really neat. How it played out, and the coincidence, right, of that. So,
yeah, it's amazing.
Dang.
It's amazing, dude.
And then y'all just got signed with Semper, maybe.
Yes. No, it's a definite thing.
So this is not going up for a while. I mean, I don't know when it's going to go up.
Yeah. I know this is a really confusing thing. And I genuinely, dude, I wish I knew when it was going to be announced, but I do know without any doubt that we are signed with Eclipse Records.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. That's
so awesome.
much, man. Yeah, I mean, just having anybody believe in you nowadays and be willing to be on your team is just a crazy privilege now. You know what I mean?
It's one thing to say, these guys are great, but it's one thing to put their money where their mouth is.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, man. I mean, it's, and it's not to say that, obviously there's most of the people that are going to listen to this band are not going to be, shoveling money our way or anything like that, or, helping us market our music or anything, but
so what do they do? What do they do?
So
you don't have to give me all the the policy or whatever, because I don't think they want this. They don't want that. But generally, what are they supposed to be doing?
So in general, I mean, obviously all deals are different with all different bands, and excuse me, all labels are different. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the sparkling water and burping. But
You're good, bro. These things are indestructible.
yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we're good to go then. But yeah. So essentially, what labels do a lot of nowadays is they expose your music to a wider audience. They push you through, great channels with greater listenership or followers.
Yeah.
They, essentially
Like they'll put you on their Instagram.
Yeah.
Like your video or something.
They help to essentially just expose your product to a wider audience and try to guide your development as a band, in the business of your band. A lot of times labels will connect you with management for your band. They can connect you to other bands and booking agents and stuff. So essentially, like, get you onto tours, and connected with the right people to even be considered for tours. Right. That's a lot of what they do. And back in the day, it was more like they were sort of like a bank. They were like, okay,
right, and that's always been my mindset.
Well, yeah. So, but things have changed so much nowadays that, like, yes, of course, there are still deals happening, especially on the higher level.
You get paid advances. Or
you're getting advances.
Smoking some cocaine or something. Yeah, like Motley Crue. I don't know. Right. That's just my again. That's all I know.
But yeah, so yeah, like back in the day, I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, if you're talking the '80s, I mean, there was people getting millions of dollars. $1 million advances, no problem, or $500,000 advances, $750,000, all that stuff. Unless you're like Lady Gaga or something, that is a thing of the past.
She's still alive, right?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. She's
that's
still
good.
doing
That's
it,
good.
man.
I didn't know where she's been.
I mean, dude, I'm pretty sure she's still out there crushing it, man.
She's not. Yeah. If she's not crushing it, she's living the life. But anyways,
yeah, I think she'll be all right.
Yeah, I think she's okay. Well, yeah. Sorry to get distracted there, but
no, it's all right too. But yeah, so I mean, they pretty much used to act as like as banks, and still as a conduit to get your music out to the masses, onto the radio stations and all that. But now it's just
it's digital now. It's like a digital, I don't know, like angle that they approach things.
Of course. I mean, that's the whole. That's human life now, right? It's the future.
We're here.
Everything's digital, everything's online, and all that. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the most exciting parts of having gotten signed is that, Chris Poland, who is the owner of Eclipse, he's been doing music stuff for decades, and he's had Eclipse. I think it started in like 1997
in Jersey, right?
Yeah, in Jersey. Yeah, so the amount of people, because again, we were talking about it's about who right?
It's kind of like
he knows a lot of people.
It's kind of like is it kind of like graduating? You cross that stage. Now you have access to like the alumni association, and now you can shake a couple hands now. More hands.
Dude. I mean, it's just to me getting signed, especially getting signed to a label that has people there that actually really do care about you and your artistry and stuff. Yeah, it's essentially it's a vessel that can put you at the top of the stack, because there's so many bands, dude. Everybody wants to get signed. Everybody wants to go on the best tours. Everybody wants to have all the monthly listeners and blah, 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 get onto the curated playlists, and, the list goes on. But being on a label, especially, a good label that has good, strong relationships with people, it propels you sort of to the top of that stack of applications almost, know? And, it doesn't mean that things are suddenly guaranteed, obviously, but, I mean, look, you have this stuff here, I'm recording a full length album that sounds like insanely good, all things considered.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I don't think I'm like the best engineer in the world by any stretch, but like you can, for just a pretty relatively small amount of money, we can in a bedroom make a full-on recording, and then we pay a little bit of money for one of these online distributors like DistroKid or whoever else, and your music is out there for the world to hear. So
That's the millennial way to do it.
Well, it is, but that's another.
Or it's just like it's the way.
Yeah, it is the way, right? And it's another reason why getting signed, I think, can help so much is because the market is just
Saturated.
so unbelievably saturated. You know what I mean? And now there's fucking AI bands and crap like I mean, but it just boils my blood, you know.
The perfect concert earplug is finally here, and it's made by Eargasm. You got your hearing. Let's protect that. Eargasm is stocked with many color options, and they boast up to 21 decibels of noise reduction. They also come with an extra pair of shells, one set of filters, and a carrying case for easy transport. Everyone's got them, and you can get them too at 10% off using the code TELLOGUITAR10 at checkout. Give your ears the happy ending they deserve. Eargasm. Let's go to a concert. Do you think we're headed to like AI like live bands? Like, do you think in I don't know 50 years or whatever, if AI is still, saying hi to us, do you think we're actually gonna go see a live perfect band over like an imperfect, slightly imperfect, normal human band?
You know, I think that's an interesting question, but to me,
it's a scary question, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I feel like if we ever do get to that point, I feel like it'll be very short-lived.
Yeah.
That it might be a novelty.
Yeah.
At first it would just be something that, people, it's like hard to look away from, so you just gotta go and see it or something. But I literally read a comment. I wish I had it right in front of me. I hardly scroll at all on social media any longer.
Good for you.
Yeah, thanks. It's like life-changing. But I happened to see something that was just like, I couldn't avoid seeing it. It was like at the top of my feed when I was just trying to check my notifications or something. And there was a guy, like an AI, just this big box. And it looked like there was a guitar player sitting in that box. It wasn't real. It wasn't a real person, And, people were just like, man, like, this is crazy, man. Like, hire some musicians.
Yeah.
To, so hire an actual human to sit there with his guitar. Don't have this, like, big electric box with this, like, guy on a screen, But this dude in the comments section said, like, basically don't get worked up about it because this shit is going to be short-lived. Because
Absolutely.
The point of art isn't so much about the art itself, it's about the human connection that is created through it. And I thought that was just such an uplifting and phenomenally succinct way of saying that that's the direction I think that things are going to go. That if AI gets to the point of, there's like these fucking AI performances for crying out loud, like,
and that's just the start. Maybe like, and then you're coming home from work. It's at 5 o'clock, or you're at lunch and you're down in the dumps. Your boss is like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Joe?" "Oh, dude, I just found out my wife's AI, bro." It's just like that. I mean,
this whole time.
But that's to your point. Like, we want a human connection. Art, like, you can't ask a robot like, "Hey, how did you make this?" "Well, the algorithm told me to do this." It's like, no, I was sitting here, I was looking at this, and this is how I came up with this.
I mean, honestly, I cannot even imagine who that sort of thing, like an AI concert, would truly appeal to. Like, who really wants that? Like, just because it's gets to the point of where it's happening, it's a thing that you can experience. Like, again, aside from just like the novelty of it, like, oh, this is, I have to see what this is like.
Yeah, I'll go to one concert.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to one just to be like, this is fucking weird and stupid as hell or whatever, And
then write a blog about it, make some
right. Yeah. But like, who honestly? I mean, like, again, that guy in that comment, he said it exactly what I think is totally true. It's about the humanness of it. It's about the connection that we make as actual thinking minds, as actual imperfect beings making
the most perfect sound they possibly can.
Well, yeah, but like we make, we're imperfect beings that make imperfect art, but the imperfection of it is the beauty of it. So yeah, I just don't know, like, who honestly, like, I mean, maybe there's somebody out there, comment if you're somebody who like truly like cannot wait for there to be AI concerts, you know what I mean? It's just, to me, it just seems like the most soulless thing. And I'd be shocked and really just saddened, and even a little confused if that caught on and it was just like,
I feel like it would have already caught on. I don't know. I just feel like it already, because like you would think AI music would already caught on, but but it hasn't really.
It's starting to.
Think
But
so?
the so AI music, just listening to it, I mean, I still am so against that. I mean, it still takes away that the humanness of it, which is like, most of the point of it in the first place. But that's one thing, like, just listening to something. But like, man, when you're like face to face,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's nothing. How could you,
You
ever
feel- you-
replace the experience
You
of a
feel
live
lied
show?
to, maybe. You feel lied to in a way.
It's just so, well, it's just, I mean, it's disingenuous by
Yeah.
by its very nature, right?
Yeah.
This is just an algorithm that studies the vast array of sounds and words and information, and then it just makes some sort of like feigned representation of it all. It's
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's not for me, man. I'm so against.
I don't think you're. I don't think you're. No, you're definitely not the only one. Everyone's against it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like it's either A, like you figure out later that it's AI, and then you feel lied to, and then or B, you just want to go like for a novelty purpose. It's just like what you're getting into, but it's not gonna be sustainable.
Yeah, like there's this fucking band. It's like so funny, and it pisses me off so much, but it's also hilarious. It's like, I think they're called like the Velvet Sundown or Sunrise or some shit. It's a completely AI generated band. They got the pictures up and all this stuff. They got up to like, especially because of the media coverage of it, they got up to like well over 1 million listeners.
And it's just some kid in his mom's basement
Probably
racking up money.
Yeah. But that's the thing that is so infuriating, is that there's people like me who I work just tirelessly to promote myself, to learn, to perfect my craft, or get as close to that as I can. To survive as I'm a full-time musician,
which is really cool, dude.
I mean,
I don't think that I know really anyone on top of my head who's a full-time musician.
Well, that's actually crazy to hear, dude. I mean, I definitely know that it is. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do, man. And people have definitely, if they follow me on like Facebook and stuff, it's they've seen me whine about it at times, where it's just like, God, man, it's such a defeating thing, and it gets so stressful when there's almost no consistency to it. It's like work just trickles in as it may. It's like, I can't, there's something to be said about having just like a steady weekly paycheck, because it's like, you can really easily plan around your bills and, set money aside for, the more frivolous things, going out to eat or having fun or whatever, right? But with me, I'm kind of almost imprisoned a lot of the times, almost in my own home, because there's a lot of times where I don't go out and I don't do things like that, because I'm like, dude, I have no idea how much more money I'm going to be making for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like an insane thing. Like, I feel like a crazy person at the time.
Well, you're an entrepreneur, right? You're an entrepreneur. That's.
I am.
There's a lot of people like that. So it's not crazy. It's just, you know what you want.
Dude, that really is it, like, and I am so grateful to, the people that have made it possible for me, and I'm also like, I am very proud of myself for doing it, and it's crazy to hear, like, you don't know, like, somebody off the top of your head that's like a full-time musician. It really does go to show that, it's it's an insane privilege for me to be able to do it, even though, I'm scraping by. But dude, most people, I learned this the hard way recently, that it's these days, at least in the US here, most people are scraping by, but they're scraping by doing something they hate while I'm doing something I love.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
That's absolutely right.
That's no offense to anybody out there. Like, dude, more, you're doing your thing to get by. I don't mean that to be negative.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. Like if you're on that end of the stick, you're literally trying. I get that. It's one thing, but like if you're just doing a job that you hate to go spend on money, now you're scraping by because you overspent, which is something totally different.
Yes.
That's how I interpreted it at first. But no, you're talking about like the people who are actually like doing whatever they can. Yeah. No, that's really cool how you're not in any of those positions. You're in a scary position, but it's an adventure and you're doing what you love.
I mean, dude, if I don't want to mess this quote up, but so a very dear friend of mine, Sal Dominguez, he was the original guitarist of Upon a Burning Body.
Oh, El Nino.
And he was at the show.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, he plays guitar for El Nino. He's the guitar player for Relent,
Which you're a part of now, right?
Yeah, like more.
When did that get announced?
So it
How?
it's such a funny thing with Relent. I'll get back to the quote of Sal. Well, actually, before I forget, I'll say the thing that Sal said. So basically, if something doesn't scare you, it's probably not worth doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was a really genius thing that he had to say. Again, another very perfectly succinct description of, what I'm doing as a full-time musician is scary as hell. But if it wasn't scary and it wasn't difficult, then it wouldn't be as rewarding as it is, right?
Yeah.
And so many more people would be doing it, right? So, but anyway, so the Relent thing. So I've been playing shows with these guys as often as I've been available for like the last couple of years now. But there was never a talk of like, you're in the band, so I always just took it as, they're just doing it as like, I'm basically just a hired gun, and that is what it is. And I basically just handled it in what I feel is like just a professional manner. It's just like, whatever, I'm having a great time. Like, these shows are so fun. The music is great. These guys are really good friends of mine, dear friends of mine. So I just didn't really think a whole lot about it. But there's, Miggy, the singer, who's also in El Nino. He is, starting to put more focus back into Relent. And I had a situation where basically Sal told me, he was like, Joe, you are the only person that doesn't think that you are in Relent. And so then I realized it was like, okay, well, Miggy and Sal are like starting to put a lot of effort into getting Relent moving forward in significant ways again. And I am a part of it. I may not even be listed, as a member on their Facebook page or something like that. But anytime that I'm available to play shows with them, I'm going to be the guy.
Yeah.
So, and I'm super, super excited for that, man. I mean, I have so much fun playing in Relent. It's just great, man.
Unfortunately, great. I haven't had time to listen to Relent yet, but I will. What can you describe the music?
Well,
is it like metalcore or what is it?
It's like, it's new metal.
New metal?
Yeah, it's like new metal, but like modern new metal. Like it's I think it has elements of, metalcore to it a little bit, but it's just like, it's just groovy, and it's got, it's heavy and just emotive music. It's just really powerful stuff, man. It really is. So, they're a killer group, man. I'm stoked to see what all is coming with them.
Are y'all gonna play any shows anytime soon with Relent, or maybe with Semper that you know of?
So Relent was supposed to play a festival out of state. I'm not entirely sure I'm like able to even talk about that.
I don't know. If you don't want to, that's fine. You don't have to.
Well, I don't know. Basically, the Relent is booked on Uprise Festival up in Pennsylvania. It's a big like Christian music festival, and then
is it a Christian band?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Really?
I am not a Christian. At all.
But you're in a Christian band.
Yeah, but I'm a lead guitar player who plays bass. I'm a lead guitar player atheist who plays bass in a Christian new metal band.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
Which is so funny, but
No, you're probably not the first one. And vice versa,
Yeah. Oh, dude, no. I mean, I can think of a dude that plays bass in a massive Christian band who's an atheist.
Yeah.
So it happens. I mean, with that kind of stuff, like, I just don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have so much fun with the guys. And the music is killer, and like, I mean, it's what it's all about, dude. It's just having a blast.
Exactly.
And, I get to, you know, and not to mention, I mean, Relent, it's a career opportunity. Like, you know, with the connections that these guys have and the, you know, them putting their efforts towards this band in a serious way again, it's exciting, dude. It's exciting.
Imagine.
So, so yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Semper, we aren't playing something, a show in this country until the very end of the year. I think we're going to be playing like a end of the year Christmas time show on December 27th in San Antonio.
I think Nelson told me about that one.
Yeah. But then prior to that, like next month, at the end of the month, we're supposed to be going to Puerto Rico to play a couple shows.
That's right.
And then in October, we're going to be touring Canada for like a little over 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks.
Have you been to either one?
No, actually, no, I haven't. Funny enough. I mean, being that I'm from Minnesota, you would think that Minnesota borders Canada, so you'd think that I'd been there at some point, but I never have. I've been close, you know, within about an hour and a half away or so from it. But
do they ask you like, you speak English? I don't know, or French or whatever they speak up there?
So, well, I mean, you know, the vast majority of people up there, of course, they speak English, and even the, you know, so the French speaking is in like Quebec, a lot of people say, and that's, you know, in on the eastern side of Canada. That's where most of the French language is spoken.
Got it.
But, you know, for the rest of Canada, I mean, we're going to be going to British Columbia, which is literally the furthest west province that there is in Canada. So it butts up against the it's north of Washington State, you know, butts up against the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, so you might have a view, maybe, hopefully.
Dude.
Like the ocean or something.
I mean,
but yeah,
man, that area, it is.
Can't go wrong.
It's beautiful, dude. Oh man, I mean, I'm looking forward to it just for that alone. You know.
Yeah. So going from there, right after Nelson's home, yeah. So have you never been to Puerto Rico?
No, I've never been to Puerto Rico or Canada, and Puerto Rico, we're so excited to make that happen because Nelson and our guitar player Jaime are both from the island. So, you know, for them, it's a huge thing. But, I mean, of course, for us it is too. I mean, when music takes you to another country, or I mean, technically it's, you know, a part of the U.S., but still, you're flying.
We grew up with it as not
right. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I hardly, and I mean this with all love and respect for these people. You know, the people of Puerto Rico, they don't feel. As far as I know, they don't really feel like Americans. I don't think of them as Americans. You know what I mean? I mean, like, you know, I mean that very respectfully.
Nah, it's a fact though. It's a fact. Like, like why would you? Like, it just happened like yesterday.
Yeah, dude. They're just, you know, they have a completely distinct culture. You know what I mean? And it's So, but yeah, I mean, just when music takes you from point A to point B, I mean that could be from San Antonio to Houston, you know, that's amazing even in and of itself.
Yeah.
But when you hop into an airplane and you're flying over the ocean to go and play music to people, it's like, dude, it's the craziest thing. It's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's like my ultimate dream in life is to do exactly that. So, you know, and also I just love traveling. You know, I wish I could do it so much more. So, you know, seeing a place that I've never seen, just traveling in general, and getting to play music in a faraway land
that you wrote.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's all great. It's
unreal,
so
man. It's unreal.
It really is, dude. I mean, I can hardly believe that I'm getting to that point in my life, in my career, you know?
And well, it's here, and it's only going to go forward, I think. I mean, you just got signed. Thanks, so like, man. You know, it's, we have a lot to look forward to, and I'm glad I met you too. You and everyone. I met everyone, and dude. So everyone's been super super cool. And then you were at the Pond and Burning Body show on Saturday.
Yes.
How was that one?
Well, I mean, so the guys in a pond, man, I really love those dudes. I'm especially really cool with their guitar player Ruben.
Oh, Ruben!
So smiley Ruben. He's always
smiling. Huge
smile on his. I love that about him. You know, he's just like such a sweet, friendly guy. You know, but you know, they're pros, dude. I mean, they just they just never miss. I mean, they're legends in this town, and they're a legacy band, and they are, they work their asses off to be as on fucking point as they always are, dude.
Fact.
I mean, it's an impressive and really, really impressive thing, man. I'm so stoked for those dudes and how successful they still are. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like every damn place that they go, no matter where it is in the world, it's a full fucking venue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just an incredible accomplishment. I mean, my goodness. But yeah, so of course, I'm sure you can tell I enjoyed myself at the show.
Yeah.
And,
I was supposed to go. I wanted to go, but I had other plans
So-
that were planned like well in advance.
I could not miss it because the band that I mentioned, Shaping the Legacy, the drummer of that band was this friend of mine named Juan Hinojosa, but everybody in town knows him as PB or Peanut Butter, and PB was the original drummer of Upon a Burning Body.
Oh, wow.
Like the first guy. And, he left the band after a little while, and then, he ended up getting hired to go on these, like, crazy tours, after the band was, like, signed to Sumerian and doing the damn thing. But the current drummer of Upon a Burning Body, Tito, he, for some reason, had to bail from the tour that they're on. Just
okay.
like kind of out of the blue, I guess. And Juan got the call from them, and so he is currently on tour with them. But his first show
Was
kind
here?
of reunited, was in San Antonio.
That's crazy, bro.
And so
was everyone like freaking out?
dude, yeah, I mean there was
I didn't know who that,
Yeah, there were so many people there that knew who he was from back in the day.
Yeah.
And then of course there was like friends of his and family members that also they couldn't miss it for the world. It's a major opportunity. I mean, even if all he does is complete, do the rest of the dates of this tour that they're currently on, like, dude, that's a remarkable thing to do. Again, I mean, with a very, very successful and professional band. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I was there, and I felt like a proud dad. That's what I said. I was like, I was really lucky because Nelson is friends with the drummer of Nonpoint, who is the headliner of that tour.
Okay.
And that dude ended up giving Nelson and Sammy and I all access passes. So
there we go.
I got to watch Juan jamming with Upon side stage and
That's
film
cool, man.
videos and everything. It was so cool, man.
Absolutely.
So proud of him, man. He learned the whole set in like 4 days and then played a show in San Antonio, which is the band's hometown and his hometown.
Yeah, no pressure or anything.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was unbelievable how well he did. So
That's crazy.
But we all expected him to.
I'm glad y'all had a good time. Hey, do you have any like personal inspirations for yourself?
Like just
Guitars,
yeah.
or maybe not, or whatever you want to shout out. Or...
So yeah, of course, dude. I mean, I would say one of the greatest inspirations for me on the instrument of guitar is a guitar player by the name of Per Nilsson. He's a Swedish guitar player who formed the band Scar Symmetry, but he also for a few years was fill-in guitar player for Meshuggah, and he's a literal genius. Like he's like a member of Mensa, so like his IQ or whatever is in like the top 2% of the entire world.
What is Mensa?
Mensa is like it's like a club that for people whose IQ is in the top 2% of the entire world. So like he is a literal genius, but aside from that, I really feel that he is just a musical genius, he's just the most brilliant guitar player to me.
Wow.
Just the way that he phrases his, the notes that he chooses and how he articulates them, and just it's just fascinating,
Yeah, what are the odds, right, that he's in it? Of all people, like a guitarist in a heavy band is in Mensa.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but I think that he's both musically just gifted and intellectually so gifted, and I feel like I don't know the man personally, and I've never there's no way for me to know this, but I just have this feeling that between his raw intellect and his musical inclination, that those two things worked very much hand in hand with one another to make him just a phenomenal,
just a beast.
Well, yeah, dude. So but I could go on and on about different guitar players that have inspired me. Adam D from Killswitch Engage, Ollie Herbert from All That Remains. Rest in peace to that man. Alexi Laiho, also rest in peace, from Children of Bodom. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So, those are like inspirations for my guitar playing and the direction of my music writing and things like that. But yeah, I don't know.
That's
man.
cool, man. It's a lot of people. Do you have do you have a warm up routine before you play a show?
Boy, I would hardly call it a routine. So
or just something that you do,
Yeah. So like I think I do usually. I do normally try to warm up. I don't always warm up before shows, but I mean, it's a really good thing to do. And it definitely, like, if I'm on tour and stuff and I know I'm playing every day and blah, 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 like, I'm definitely getting warmed up almost every day. But sometimes it comes down to, like, basic exercises, just chromatically, just do, and just going up and down, like, just getting the muscles literally warm.
Yeah. Like to a point where maybe if you're sweeping, like to a point maybe. Can you sweep?
Oh yes, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, nice. That's one of the big facets of my lead playing is sweep picking. I use it all the time, but yeah. So but sometimes warming up, like I said, is just doing like those like really basic like exercises, just getting all my fingers moving and just moving up and down the fretboard. Other times, like God, what show was it at? I think it might have been
at Nowhere.
No, but there's been at least a couple of times or a few times where Jaime, the other guitarist of Semper, and I, we will go to like the van or the car or whatever vehicle it is that we have, and we'll go and sort of just warm up on our electric guitars, and we're not plugged into anything, but we'll like play the songs out of like the car stereo. And we'll just be warming up like that.
Like not plugged in, but just
not plugged in, but just
like Guitar Hero style in South Park.
Yeah, yeah, yes, exactly. That was a great.
I love that. I know that song. Or how do they?
They all start like. That's my favorite show of all time, actually, South Park. But yeah, so it really depends. I would say that like the routine, I guess, would be most of the time it's just doing whatever feels like it's gonna get like all of my fingers moving, and like really warming up is sort of a literal and a figurative term. Okay. So like warming up is sort of just like kind of figurative in that it's like you're getting in like the groove, you're kind of just whatever, right? You're getting in that like frame of mind and body to play guitar.
Like waking up in the morning. Okay, let's walk for a second or two.
But and then it also is literal in that you're warming up like your tissues, your muscle tissues and stuff. So, yeah, man. I mean,
science, man.
Yeah, it's science, just you got to just get your fingers, both hands moving. And, I just really try to focus on being as accurate as I can while I'm warming up. And that's about it, man.
Yeah. How's everything going with Everett in Threadbear? I know it's taking all of your time.
No, fucking Everett, dude. Everett is like, this guy has become such a good friend of mine.
He is,
man.
bro.
I love the dude, and like, I mean, I cannot express how grateful I am to that man. Like on a very serious note, like, he has helped me financially so much. I'm not like, he's not lending money to me, but he's just constantly hiring me to, work, create music with him or record something or produce something or mix something or fix a guitar or, you know what I mean? It's like
he's a hobbyist, right? He's a hobbyist, but he's hiring
he's a very passionate hobbyist.
That's a good way to put it.
But so to answer your question though, The guy, he just makes me laugh just when I think of him. It's so funny. He's such a silly fucking guy. But things are going so much better than I expected with this Threadbear thing. Like, I mean, he had an itch that he needed to scratch. Like, so he was, in that band Holding Space, and they were doing stuff that was more, pop punkish, with like tinges of metal here and there. But the thing that he's really, I feel, most passionate about, or at least again had a desire to get out of him artistically, was just some really heavy driving metal. And I think he knew that I was going to be the right guy for the job, and so it's weird because, like, for me, and I don't even know if for him, I feel like Threadbear is not exactly like a passion project. It's like I don't feel like super emotionally invested into it, like at least compared to Semper especially, and Relent and all this, But I'm super proud of the music. I have so much fun making the music with Everett, I've learned so much from him, because even though he probably wouldn't consider himself an audio engineer, or a producer, he just has a very unique approach to, I think, just thinking in general.
Yeah.
And so there's things that he'll present to me, in the studio, and at first I'll be like, that is like, sounds like it would be such a weird idea, but like, whatever, I'll try it. And, I've like learned new, like really cool production tricks just because of him thinking outside of whatever box my brain is in.
It's kind of like, is it kind of like a safe space for you, that Threadbear? It's a safe space of just learning. Like, you're allowed to mess up. You're allowed to just learn.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, I wouldn't say I feel rather safe in all the projects and stuff. Although it is definitely more intimidating putting out music, writing music for Semper or writing stuff for Relent or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't really think of it so much as I think you're actually right that it is a bit of like a safe place. It's really just more a comfortable and fun place to be.
Yeah.
And, things are just flowing so, I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, this is just like a handful of months that this project has been going, and we already have 5 songs released.
Yeah, and they're pretty good. I listened to them, yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
And Everett's putting some money into trying to promote the music and stuff. But even with that, I mean, dude, we're getting so much organic engagement, and we're like at over 20,000 monthly listeners on it.
Let's go.
We're before long we're gonna have like 100,000 total streams. I mean, this is just a few months. So I'm proud of the project, and I'm really happy that I'm just grateful to be able to do it with a guy like Everett.
It's pretty dramatic music, but like
yeah. I mean, it's intense.
It's intense. Like the sound effects they got going on, which it's cool. It's really cool. The melodic stuff. It's fast.
Thank you, man.
It's melodic. It sounds right.
It's just right up my alley as a musician too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so much of like, as much as I say that it's not necessarily like a passion project, for me, it very much so is like, it has my heart and soul in it, in the writing and stuff.
And you get to hang out with Everett too. You just get to like whatever,
I'm sorry, say that again?
You get to hang out with Everett too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, some every day of course is different, right? But I would say 90% of the time that he and I are in the studio working on stuff, it's just like super fun. And then like maybe like 10% of it, it's still like, it's not like it's not fun, but it's like we're like really laser focused on what we're trying to do, or we're like really trying hard to like figure out the intricacies of like some harmonies, or finding tones for a synthesizer, you know what I mean? So some of it is like kind of tedious, and you're really zoned out on it, or zoned in on it rather. But yeah, the rest of it is just like, man, we're just having a blast
That's
and
good.
laughing our asses off over
Yeah, he was saying how y'all just kind of work well with each other. It was kind of hard for him to explain why. He tried, and I think I understand, but that's what he said when he was on here.
I mean, to me, trying to explain a phenomenon like that is difficult. To me, it's kind of tantamount to trying to explain why it is that like you love tomatoes. You know what I mean?
Which
or
I
something.
do.
Okay. So okay, perfect. So you love tomatoes. Why do you love tomatoes?
Because they're good, man.
Yeah, it's okay. But why are they good? You know what I mean? It's
I said they're good.
Right? It's an infinite regression, you know?
Yeah.
So, when it comes to something that is, I guess, I don't even know what the word is, but something like that, it's like, why is it that some people become the best of friends, and then, somebody else might hate that person that you are best friends with,
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot, so much of it is just I feel like it's beyond explanation.
It doesn't. You can't even talk about it because it's just being a human being.
Mm-hmm. But I will say this. To at least partially explain why I think that we work so well together. I think it's that both he and I are open-minded and agreeable people. So we're.
I'm gonna add a third one to that. Open-minded, agreeable, and both of y'all are really smart people.
Oh, thank you.
Both of you.
Thank you, man. I mean,
he thinks you're smarter than him.
I mean, I don't think I would agree with that myself, but what does it matter, right? At the end of the day, it's like one of the least important things. Like what's really important is, being the friendship, being kind to one another, being helpful, having this artistic chemistry. Like that stuff is infinitely more important than who's smarter than who, right? But thank you for that though. But yeah, I mean, I really do feel that he and I are both again, we're open-minded and agreeable people. So like, we're not hard-headed individuals. Like, for example, I think when he was on this podcast with you, he had mentioned that he'll present something to me, like whether it's a musical idea or like a production technique idea or something. And he gave me credit for being like really willing to just, even if I think it's like the wackiest, like there's no way this is going to work, but I'm like, I'm going to try this anyway, just to see, it's like that willingness to take something that is not my own idea. It's not rooted in my ego or anything. And run with it. I think that's just a huge part of why he and I have worked so well together, man. It really comes down to just the willingness to be open to what happens. You know what I mean? And the other person's suggestions and feelings on things.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
that's awesome. Are you in a band called Satellites, or what is Satellites?
Yeah. So,
or did I just make that up?
No, you did not. You did not. I just didn't think that would come up, but I love that it did. Yeah. So Satellites, we're not an active project, but it's another thing that I'm very, very proud of. So Satellites came about several years ago because a very dear friend of mine, Ryan Vandenboom, who he's a fantastic drummer. He was in my original band that I started in Minneapolis. He was the drummer of that band. And we became such good friends, and we are such good friends to this day.
Nice.
And, he still lives up north, outside of the Twin Cities. But I was visiting home, a few years ago. And, of course, anytime I visit, I'm going to try to hang out with Ryan, you know? Excuse me. And, we were just sitting around a fire in his backyard or whatever, and having a beer, and he was like, "Bro, I miss doing music. I especially miss doing music with you." It was like, "Bro, like, can we create music again?" Like he was like, "All I really want is like an EP that I can say like I can just basically." He just wanted something that he could be like super, super proud of. And to, just get a taste of being back involved with his artistry. And so I was like, yeah, dude, sure, that would be really cool. And at the time I was like, he probably won't actually hit me up about this, but we'll see. So he was like, he set kind of like a timeline of when we should get started. And I think it was only like maybe a couple of weeks after the time that we had originally set. It was like a couple of weeks after his birthday or something. Sure enough, like we started video calling each other and started putting songs together. And then it was like, it's kind of like how the Threadbear thing is going, where it's like you're testing the waters and you put a song together and it's like, oh shit, like that actually sounds pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, let's do this again. And you're like, holy shit, this is really fucking good too. And we created a 4-song EP. And dude, it's like,
is it on all platforms?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
If nothing else, it is on Spotify. But dude, I mean, we shot one of the coolest, the coolest music video that I've ever been in. For our song "Dead in the Water."
Okay, I got check it out.
Dude, I mean it's crazy music, and I'm like super. It was essentially, dude, Satellites was a favor to my very close friend Ryan. That just wanted that so badly, and it turned into something so much greater, like, than what we thought. And I don't mean from a popularity standpoint, nobody knows about it really, but from just a, like the way that the songs turned out and the production on them and, everything. It was just like, I love it, dude. So I'm glad you brought that up, dude. Yeah. Satellites is, it's crazy, dude. So super proud of that project.
Is there anything, before we kind of end things here, are there any promotions you want to just share right now before I don't know, anything coming up that you're allowed to share?
Man, I feel like we covered so much. I mean, pretty much all I can say is that, I have, these different projects that I'm in, and primarily, basically there's 3 projects right now that are active. Okay. So that's, of course, Threadbear, Relent, and Semper Acerbus. All I could ever hope for is that, people, they go follow me, follow the bands, give us a listen, find us on Spotify or whatever your preferred streaming platform is. And that's about it, man. Most of the stuff that I have going on as far as live shows, I would plug that, but everything we're doing is international pretty much for the rest of the year. So
you got wings,
which I'm
buddy.
very thrilled to say.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put all of y'all's links below. Everything we talked about.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, everything from Semper to Satellites. I'm just put everything out there.
Dude, yeah. I really appreciate it.
But I appreciate you coming out, man.
Dude, it was so nice talking to you about this, man.
Sure.
I love doing these kinds of things, and I think what you do is really great, man. I actually meant to compliment you on how well this whole thing is, man. It feels professional, and
thanks, man.
I saw like a short that you had made or something, and it was just edited so well. You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's harder than what it looks like, man.
No, but that's the thing. I know that it's not. It's like you got to really put thought and take time to fucking put all these things together and do these quick, 1 second clip to another 1 second clip.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, no, but you're doing a great job, man, and I really appreciate people like you that do this sort of thing.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
We'll hang out maybe at a show or something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll be around. You can always hit me up, dude.
All right.